Hello, what up, Sean, you Move Madman, and I'm back. And today is Friday, so today is going to be super exciting, as all my videos are always super exciting. And today we're going to be talking about Halloween, the Curse of Michael Myers. So this is the Shout Factory / Scream Factory edition of Halloween, the Curse of Michael Myers. Was released last year in a special box set that had this, H2O and Resurrection. I've already shown you H2O and Resurrection and given you a little bit of a comparison. Pretty sure I did both of them in one video, but this one I knew was going to be a little bit different, so I have saved it till last because there's more we can say about this one. So what is there to say about Halloween, the Curse of Michael Myers? To get exciting for you, I'm going to show you the back cover. I'm not 100%, I would have shown you the back cover in the last one. Take the slip off. It's a nice box, I'll tell you that. It is a nice, really good box. Best slip covers ever. I flipped the cover over so I've got the original artwork. You can, if you want to, you can have this cover, but I decided I've got that cover there, so I'll have the original cover in the middle. I do that with most of my reversible sleeves, to be fair. And then the back cover, again, is just the same as the back cover of the box. So that's good, isn't it? On the inside though, we've got a 4K disc for the theatrical cut of the film. There is also a 4K disc of the producer's cut, as well as the theatrical cut on Blu-ray. And then flip it over here, you've got the producer's cut on Blu-ray as well. Both the Blu-rays are both region A, so they will only work in the US unless you have a multi-regional player. So there is that to take into consideration. Start with the picture, because it's probably the easy bit of the video. So the picture, the comparison between the picture on the 4K disc and the DVD is not that difficult to say that the 4K disc looks better. The picture quality on the other disc was actually so bad, I wondered how it got away with being DVD quality, because I wouldn't have even said it was that. It looked worse than a VHS, but whatever. I had a little look at that, had a little look at this, and yeah, big surprise, the 4K disc looks better. It's very grainy, I will tell you that now. It is an extremely grainy picture. There are shots outside where you see white sheets hanging up and it just looks like they're not very clean because there's just grain all over them. Grey sheets. Maybe they were just grey sheets and I didn't realise. Don't know. So yeah, all in all, easily the 4K disc beats the DVD. Obviously, I wasn't able to look at the Blu-ray because I've got it on Blu-ray. And I haven't got a multi-regional player, so I couldn't look at the US Blu-ray, but it doesn't matter, does it, really? It looks better than the original that was out over here, so that's fine. Talking about out over here, or just talking about out in general, this edition of Halloween, the Curse of Michael Myers is the only edition that contains the legendary missing version of the Curse of Michael Myers, the producer's cut. Now, I'd never seen the producer's cut before because obviously it wasn't out. Best thing to say, I think, is you look at the theatrical cut and that film is an absolute mess. Literally looks like a fan of the Halloween franchise decided to make their own Halloween film and made it really badly. It literally looks like an awful student movie. And I've seen some student films that look really good. No offence to student makers. Some of your films look really good. I'm not talking about yours, I'm talking about this. Whichever student decided to make the theatrical version of this should have like stuck to the job that they had before they became a filmmaker, to be fair. Absolute mess. Edited really badly. Like a lot of the scenes just cut away before the scene is over. The ending was just a bit pants. That ending should have been so much better in the theatrical cut. Can really see why this got like less than 5 on IMDb. But then I watched the producer's cut for the first time. I watched them back to back because I thought you can't really watch one version and then wait a couple of days and watch the other version and remember all the details from the film that you watched a few days ago. So I watched the theatrical cut, literally ejected it and put the producer's cut in straight after the theatrical cut had finished. So that's how close together I watched them. I didn't make notes because, you know, what Sado does that. The report is on movie-censorship.com, so if you wanted to see every single thing that was different, it is on there. It is one of the more confusing reports on that website. There was a few times while I was watching the film when I looked at it, but then after that I was just like, I didn't really understand what was meant to be from what film and what was meant to be from the other film, so I just kind of just used my eyes instead and watched it that way, because that was where I started noticing things. So I ain't going to spoil loads, but I am going to tell you a little bit just to get you excited. So the theatrical version of this film basically opens with the adult version of the little Jamie from Halloween 5. She's now a grown up and has a baby, and she gets chased by Michael Myers and he kills her. That's the theatrical cut. In the producer's cut, that is very, very different. Very different, I'll tell you that. The opening with Jamie is no longer really there. Jamie is still in it, but they've basically taken that opening and split it out over like the first 45 minutes of the film. You just see her backwards and forwards. There's a lot more context to her story, where her baby comes from, and quite why Michael is chasing after her, because for some reason he wants her baby. None of that is explained in the theatrical cut, whereas in the producer's cut, you know why Michael's chasing her, why he is after her baby. That is all explained in the producer's cut, so that was brilliant for me. The ending of this, there are details in the middle which then poke towards the end of the film, which is completely different as well. I'm not going to tell you what they do. They explain why Michael is evil, basically, in the middle, and then at the end they use, you know, the things they find out in the middle to use at the end to defeat him, because Michael Myers can be defeated, apparently, unless you chuck him in a meat grinder, in which case you can defeat him. But, you know, why you do that, I don't know. Good luck making the next one, you idiots. So yeah, I mean, considering the really low score that the theatrical cut has, this easily doubles that score, I would have said. Out of all of the Halloween films, the theatrical cut is probably, for me, right down the bottom, probably levelling with Halloween Resurrection and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. They're all like, and Halloween Ends, obviously. They're all like right down there with the why the hell did you make these films? But this, when you watch the producer's cut is right up there at the top. I'd probably put this in the top 3 of my personal favourite Halloween films. The producer's cut has easily just taken that all the way up, and I'm not even joking. That literally goes past so many of my favourite Halloween films, and it has just become one of my favourite Halloween films just because it was that better, and there is so much more explanation in it. I think because I watched them back to back, that was where I noticed, oh, there is extra detail in here, there is extra detail there, this makes a bit more sense, that makes a bit more sense, this is a bit more explained. Probably because I just seen the theatrical cut and seen how disappointing it actually was. I had seen the theatrical cut before, but I was going to watch it again anyway. So there was that side of it. So I don't know, I am going to go back and watch the producer's cut again in the next few days and see if it has the same effect on me as it did after watching it after theatrical cut. So we'll see. Maybe I'll tell you again. I'll probably forget, but you know. So that's it for today. That's my Halloween's over with as well. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm going to go now. I'll be back on Monday, as you probably assumed. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to fuck off. Alright, goodbye.